One of the most difficult things to really explain about Tibetan painting and Buddhist subject paintings are sets, because sets have a different composition than a one-off painting. Sets of paintings actually have a beginning and an end, and they're trying to tell a story of lineage, or if there's some other type, they're a mandala set. But when we're dealing with people and we're dealing with lineage sets, then what we're doing is starting with either the Buddha or the primordial Buddha Vajradhara, Shakyamuni as a tantric figure. And then we have a chronological list of teachers, which is generally more accurate and correct towards the later part of the lineage rather than the earlier part, which can be more hagiographic. So looking at one painting, we're looking here at HAR number 33670. And we have two figures. We have a female figure with a very oval face, but in a very much of a semi-peaceful, semi-wrathful deity persona, bone, 5 skull crown, bone ornaments, a tiger skin skirt, holding a katvanga staff against the left shoulder, in the right hand a curved knife, the left hand a skull cup. And she's in a seated posture. And next to her is a Brahmin type figure, an Indian Brahmin. You can tell by his white hair, his white beard. There's no real wrathful decorations on his body or ornaments. So who are these two figures? Well, the female figure is Dakini Vajra Panjara, and the Brahmin type figure is Vararuchi. Brahmin Vararuchi, Pandita Vararuchi. It's more often called Brahmin Vararuchi. So these are the two main subjects of this painting, but this painting is not the first painting in the set. In fact, it's actually the second painting, but you only know that by knowing the literature and knowing the lineage. So this is painting number 2. The first painting actually is extant. We know it exists. We have a photo on the HAR website, and it's of Vajradhara, and it's the set of paintings is depicting the lineage of the Panjarnata Mahakala. Panjarnata Mahakala here, it's coming out of the Panjarnata Tantra, and the interlocutor with the Buddha here is this Dakini figure, Dakini Vajra Panjara. So she's named after the Tantra, or the Tantra is named after her, and the Mahakala we're referring to is named after the Tantra we're referring to. Now, we have 4 figures at the top and 4 figures at the bottom. The 4 at the top are more Indian Siddha type figures, and the 4 at the bottom are more monastic figures with pandita hats and orange robes. So this is actually a secondary lineage. It's not the lineage of the Mahakala. This is actually the lineage of the Sakya Lamdre tradition coming down from Varupa. And at the very top right corner, we have a little bit of a chubby fellow seated in a relaxed posture with an orange halo around him and a pink halo around his head. And he's 2 hands are in the Dharma teaching gesture. That's Varupa. And after Vajradhara, he is the first human teacher in the lineage of the Sakya Lamdre, the path together with the result teachings. Primarily, it's a teaching based on the Vajra Tantra, but it includes other tantras as well, such as Chakrasamvara and Mahamaya and others. So this painting is part of a set. We know of possibly 11 paintings out of as many as 15 or more that are the complete set of paintings. It's most likely it's 16th century and done in the Khenri style. Khenri was very popular in central Tibet, especially with the Sakya tradition and some of its branch schools such as Dzongpa, or the Gongkor Chodé Monastery and branch monasteries, and Zamta, and Dratang Monastery, which is close by to Gongkor Chodé as well. So this is in a Kienri style, the painting style of the artist Kensei Chenmo from the 15th century, and it is just part of a set. But you have to learn how to read sets of paintings, otherwise they're a little bit confusing because you're not always sure what's the orientation, which way does this painting hang when you hang these paintings in a setting, because they often do not hang chronologically in a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They often hang with a central painting. The first painting is central, and then they hang to the right and left, alternating outwards. So the latest people in the lineage, the most recent people chronologically in the lineage, are at the extreme right and extreme left of all of these paintings that are hanging in a temple situation, a temple setting. So we'll leave it there. You can press like, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon, and we do have free videos on Patreon, and we do have information on Patreon, and you can also become a member and get longer videos. And we will talk more about this set again in a different video where we'll talk about all of the known paintings.